Hi, I'm Jasmine Nicole. Welcome to the Motivational Mystic, a space for authentic, higher conscious conversations to motivate, inspire, and empower. Thanks for listening. Each week, I'll drop a new conscious raising episode. Let's dive in. Hello, everyone. It's the first episode of 2026. We are over halfway through the 2020s at this point. And boy, we can say it's been a lot of things, but boring is certainly not one of them. Stepping into this new year, people have their goals and aspirations set for 2026, and being forward-thinking is never a bad thing. Just don't neglect checking in with yourself during the process. We live on this nice earth plane, contained within a bigger universe, and your body is an instrument. Your body is your vessel, so take care of it. Your voice is a frequency. Your emotions, energy, and motion are energy, and your vibration is your presence. Sometimes your vibe speaks for you before you even get a chance to open your mouth. People can feel bad energy. They can feel bad vibes. Some people can project bad energy, bad vibes, by their voice or their actions, so their frequency can negatively impact or positively impact other people's vibration. We want to make sure we are exerting and exuding our energy and frequency towards people who are worth it. No good ever comes from feeding negativity, so it's best to be mindful of how much of your energy you give to certain people. That doesn't mean you don't address a situation or stand up for yourself or say your piece if a situation calls for it. If you need to set boundaries, by all means, please do so. However, don't give it too much of your time and energy. Negative people aren't worth you getting aggravated. Negative people aren't worth you stooping down to their level and getting nasty with them. Sometimes people who project bad vibes or give off bad frequencies through their presence or by the things they say want to elicit a negative reaction out of you. That's the type of emotion they want to evoke and provoke from you because it puts you on a level playing field with them, where they feel comfortable dragging you into the gutter with them and causing more destruction. Where if you stay sovereign in your vibration, you maintain your clarity, you can handle problematic people in an intentional way. You can handle problematic people in a diplomatic way, where you can address an issue without becoming consumed by it. You can respond to a situation the way you want to respond to it, and not the way another person is trying to get you to respond. So really being intentional about how much of your time and energy you give negative people is important. Some people can literally walk around just looking to get a reaction out of others because they are reactionary people, and that's the only way they know how to get their point across and communicate. If you really think about it, it's very manipulative, people who operate this way. If you want to communicate something to someone, you don't have to try to bait them into handling it in a negative way, whether that's by starting an argument or setting a negative sentiment or tone. It's just not necessary. Someone who does this is trying to manipulate someone's emotions to get them to conform to where they feel comfortable interacting with them, rather than just interacting normally on a level playing field from one human being to another. That is a form of control and manipulation. They are trying to control your emotions. They are trying to control your energy. We are all supposed to be different, so don't let anyone knock you off your center, knock you off your square. You, as an individual, are accountable for your emotions, your reactions, and how you interact with people. So don't allow people to try to puppeteer you where they're controlling how you do those things. Remain cool, calm, and collected. That reactionary theater is not for us, not for high vibrational people. Responding is more our thing. Responding and not reacting to people is important. Whoever angers you controls you, and anger is a lower vibrational emotion. I spoke about low and high vibration emotions in episode 10 aligning with the positive aspects of life. Anger is a low vibrational emotion. Someone who is consumed by the spirit of anger typically needs to project that out onto other people. Once they are projecting that out onto other people and hooking someone else into that same angry spirit that consumes them, it is a form of control. They are controlling you. They are controlling your emotional state and dragging you down to a lower vibrational level where they operate in the spirit of anger. You don't want to be dragged down into someone else's chaotic or dysfunctional way of acting or being because they don't know how to elevate their self. So it's very important what we decide to give our time and energy to in the form of a reaction or a response. We don't need to feed the purveyors of low vibrations. We can just let them find someone on a more vibrational level as them to spar with. You don't need anyone coming around trying to mess up your good energy, disrupt your good vibes, because they don't know how to course correct their self. It's important to remember to respond and don't give a reaction to people who don't deserve it. And remember, sometimes no response is a response as well, and it's an effective one. Especially if you find yourself dealing with a chaotic person or a low vibrational person, they may always have someone else's name in their mouth. They always have some drama going on in their life, or they always have the latest scoop on someone else's life, but never have anything positive to talk about for theirself. It's best to be mindful of how much time and energy, if any at all, you give to an individual that operates at a lower frequency. Again, because people like that don't have any self-awareness of needing to course correct, to better their self. They find it easier to find people that they can bring down to their pitiful level and control. Your energy, your time, your attention is too valuable to squander it on people who can't even take a hard, honest look at their self. If you're listening to this podcast, you're either already living life authentically or striving to live a more authentic life. And it starts with self-accountability. Your actions, your responses are just that, yours. You are responsible for them. So don't give anyone outside of you the power to manipulate that. Not only is it an attempt to manipulate your emotions, it's also a way of essentially trying to manipulate your free will. You don't need anyone trying to tinker around with how you choose to show up in the world, how you choose to respond to things. It's not up to anyone else. And if you come across people that are looking to provoke a reaction out of you, it's just because they're miserable. They say misery loves company, right? Please decline that invitation. We don't have time for that. Return to sender. Typically, a person that doesn't have much going for themselves or just doesn't know how to connect with the light inside of them are more comfortable with the dark, shadowy side of their self. Darkness has consumed them to the point where all they know how to do is try to consume other people in that same darkness that they're clouded in. And no one willingly wants to be around murky, dark energy. No way. Keep you and your black cloud way over there. You may just be out here doing your best, being your best, living your best life. And it's possible you encounter an envious, low vibrational person, mad at the way that you show up in the world because they don't know who they are and they try to start drama with you. We all have breaking points, buttons that can be pushed. But if someone is intentionally trying to push your buttons, intentionally trying to get a reaction out of you, it just shows how weak they are and how powerful you are. If someone is trying to set up traps or look to have a gotcha moment towards someone who's not even thinking about them, it just shows that you have a lot of people out there running away from doing the internal work on themselves to actually just like and accept their self, to like the reflection they see staring back at them at the mirror. So many people are running from that, running from themselves, that it's easier to just cosplay as whatever facade they feel they should show up as in the world that's going to give them the most attention, success, or clout, rather than just doing the internal work to accept their self and just show up authentically. It's not hard to be a decent human being. It really shouldn't be. But when you encounter people who are purveyors of low vibrations, that's all they know, because they don't want to do the internal work to disconnect from the shadowy side of their self and tap more into their light. The only thing they know how to do is leech off of other people, unfortunately. Just provoke reactions and try to energy drain like an energy vampire from other people who are operating on a higher vibrational level. Whether that's just high vibrational emotions of happiness, joy, or whatever the case may be. They don't know how to reach that same level themselves, and they're too lazy to work to achieve it. So in 2026, all of my fellow mystics out there, we will do the work to keep our vibrations high, goals set, energy positive, and remain motivated. So, looking forward to a prosperous, high energy, high vibrational 2026, and documenting all those triumphs and lessons along the way with all of you. And I look forward to hearing all of your lessons and stories and great things that you create in 2026 as well. Well, that's all I have for today, everyone. Until next time, goodbye.